104, kicking today's hits, your old school favorites. This music in from the master, 242 fly. That's the only kind of fly I want to be. I ain't trying to be the 334 fly. I want to be the 242 fly.
Yeah.
Any other kind of fly you know about?
No. Spanish fly?
I know 242 fly. I don't know 334 fly. No 404 fly.
Or 305 fly.
No 305 fly. Nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
We scream. The 242 fly. What's that?
Everything's good, but
I have a guest today. Could you believe that? Of course, it's all Bohemian Wednesday. And it's homegrown flavor all day this Wednesday. And of course, we're bigging up not one artist. We're bigging up the whole crew. You know, I have like Murder Inc. It's that Bohemian Murder Inc. crew. If I can say that, that's what I'm gonna say. It's the Vendetta Report. I like that. Now I want you to introduce yourself before I beg you to be a part of your group.
Well, my name is Sasha Dunn from the Vendetta Group. The Vendetta Group is the overall company that produced the Vendetta Report. And the Vendetta Report is basically a manifestation of the industry that's now starting right now for young Bohemian artists. And what we try to do, we try to present a bridge by which they can present themselves to the world, you know what I'm saying, visually. Because it's one thing to have music, but the next thing for people to actually see you and always see you when you perform it so they can put a face to the name.
Okay, now I can't sing, and I can be honest, I can't sing.
Mm-hmm.
How I can get on this Vendetta Report?
Actually, you don't have to be able to sing, actually, because the Vendetta Report actually also features like people like Kareem Mortimer, Stephen Davis. Stephen Davis is Stephen from Airbrush Junkies, who everybody knows. He's a young man who has the most swagger in Nassau, apparently.
Okay.
And Kareem Mortimer is a filmmaker, Bohemian filmmaker. We just basically try to feature Bohemians who are doing something, young people who are doing something to try to forward the Bohemian culture to the next level, basically.
So basically, it's that whole thing about liberal arts, you know, not just singing, but, you know, being an artist, you know, spoken word, you know, that sort of thing, being a playwright. So it's a little bit of everything, you know, it's the entire liberal arts thing you're talking about. So I could, you know, I could come bust a line and I had like that.
Yeah.
You know, I could do some spoken word.
Well, you're doing it right now. You're speaking yourself.
Exactly. I'd have to consult my book, you know.
Yeah.
And have perhaps like a piano or a flute or a saxophone accompaniment, you know, but I could do that.
Yeah.
You know, so what does it take to be a part of the Vendetta Group?
Well, to be a part of the Vendetta Group that's a bit hard there. But to be a part of the Vendetta Report is very simple. Just be a Bohemian artist, or be a Bohemian artist, like you say, doing something that's basically getting your art form exposed to the world. Because it's best for me to get you while you're in motion, as opposed to while you're just standing still not doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
I noticed that this is the start of something new. Now, it may not be so new to get a group of artists under one, you know, under one group. You know, it's something that was done before, but this is something new. This is a group that's new, and you have a lot of artists featured here. You have S-Type, Stephen Davis, like you mentioned before, Kareem Mortimer, Daddy White. We have music by Daddy White. Also, Sosa Man, Porter the Poet, Bobo Ken. You know, we've heard a lot about Bobo Ken, and more artists, and even the artist that we just played a few minutes ago, the Master 242 Fly, that song. He's under the Vendetta Group as well. You know, so you guys doing a lot of things. I just want to know what you're doing right now that's going to take you to the next level.
Oh, well, let me just clarify a little bit. A lot of those artists you see there on the Vendetta Report, they're not necessarily under the Vendetta Group. They're featured by the Vendetta Group.
Oh, okay.
But the master is under the Vendetta Group.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a select number of artists that are actually under the Vendetta Group. But the Vendetta Group is not just enclosed or isolated to themselves. Because we still try to give exposure to the whole movement, because no one man makes an island, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole movement of us that's going to push this 242 movement, because that's what it is. It's a movement.
Now, one thing I could appreciate is when a Bohemian rapper could create a song and he raps in his own accent, his own dialect. You know, he doesn't have to skew off on the Jamaican side over here. He doesn't have to be American. He's straight Bohemian, up and down. That's how we rap and that's how we talk to you. And I think that's the good way to go. I think we respect you more as a Bohemian artist, even though you're rapping. And I say that because you have a lot of older Bohemian musicians who don't think that the direction new artists are taking is Bohemian. point blank.
See, well, that's one of the reasons why we felt we need to have to get a Vendetta report, basically, because whether we like it or not, the Bahamas has undergone a whole lot of different influences, like from America, from Jamaica, from England, from everywhere around the world, because the world is a big village now. So basically, you're gonna have like a melting pot, and what you're gonna have is what's happening right now. You're gonna have people doing hip hop, trip hop.
I think as long as we keep it Bahamian, we could do anything. You could be Bahamian and do R&B. You could be Bahamian and do rap. You know, you could be Bahamian and do reggae.
Yeah.
As long as you keep it Bahamian, as long as your dialect, or even a little bit of what your culture is all about, is that element that's present in your music. Like fusing, I guess, Jonkanu and techno, Jonkanu and rap. You know, as long as you could always pick up that element of Bahamian in your music, I think you'll always, whether it's spoken word, whether it's you know, your paintings, I think as long as you see that in there, you'll always be respected as an artist. It doesn't matter whether they're older musicians, you know, that are probably on their way out, or the ones that are here now who still probably dissing the music and saying, we ain't really going for that, or the younger ones who want your music and could appreciate your music and respect your music. You know, I think once you do that.
The way I look at it is this: naturally, you're gonna have people who disagree with the whole new movement of music that's happening right now, because people rarely change, go along with change happily, but change still is gonna happen nonetheless, whether you like it or not. And we're seeing a change of guards, basically. You're seeing various change from that whole rake and scrape, but rake and scrape is still very prevalent inside the society. But then you're still seeing an evolution of rake and scrape into something brand new, almost like scrape pop or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's the evolution of what's going to happen. 10 years from now, you're going to see young Bohemian kids who are basically doing rake and scrape hip hop and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? That's the future. We can't stop it.
I think that even though the older people may not like the change, some of them may not like the change, they move along with it anyway. You know, and they may say, why they think this, why they think this Bohemian, why we got to be doing this? But anyhow, you know, hey, it sounds good. I like this. You know, so they still moving in that direction. They're complaining about change, but they're still going along with it.
Yeah, because see, look, with any change, you're gonna have the good and the bad. It's because you're gonna have some Bohemian guys who go something completely American, and people disagree with that. But then, when it doesn't work, all the artists do is they go back to the lab and just find a combination that just works. And when these guys are finding what works, because like perfect example, Sosa Man, who's featured on there. Sosa Man has been going on for 4 years. Christmas with Sosa Man for the past 3 years, and I've steadily watched the crowd grow to the point where last year when he had his concert, it was a packed house just to watch Sosa Man rap. And this is a Bohemian rapper, you know what I'm saying? Him along with MDs, they actually walked out and they had a packed balcony, you know what I'm saying? So basically there's an evolution happening.
Now at some point, if you haven't done it already, I know there's going to be like, I've seen a couple of groups put together their concert, you know, they have Make 'em Listen, you know, you have different things. When are you gonna, I see you, like, there's a DVD that's out, and I think that's spectacular. It's different, it's new, it's fresh. You know, can persons buy this DVD?
Oh yeah, most stuff actually. You can buy it from Audio Plus or Hitspot. Those are the distribution points right now. We're going to soon be on iTunes. You can download it and pay for it download on iTunes. Also, we're working with different distributors right now to get it inside different places around us and around the Bahamas.
He got to give him that black butter sticky, fresh black dicky to match. After my chocolates, yo bitch, I fucked up.